winner from each of our Mayhem battles goes through to one of our Annihilators later on in the series. Wild Thing, will it be he, or Arnold A. Terminegger, or an impressive newcomer to Robot Wars, Fluffy, with very powerful weaponry? Watch out for that one.
From London, Fluffy.
The lightest in this Mayhem, the slowest too, but the polycarbonate armour is 16mm thick and the weapon is like a double-edged spinning axe. This is no fluffy toy here. And our two house robots thrown in, the fiery tempered Sergeant Bash, the flame will burn, the pincers will twist and turn, and Sir Kill-A-Lot with the lance and those formidable crushing hydraulic jaws.
Roboteers, stand by.
Peter Holroyd, the captain of Fluffy.
3.
The Wild Thing and Arnold Terminegger teams in together. Immediately, it's Wild Thing who goes on to the attack. That's Arnold Terminegger at the bottom. That's Fluffy getting away from trouble. Now coming on the attack of the Wild Thing and the Addams family. There's Terminegger with the flashing eyes, but look at that circular weapon of Wild Thing. It's a new addition here. Down comes the Terminegger blade, but no damage really sustained. And Wild Thing locked together there with Fluffy at this moment in time. Peter Holroyd, the captain of Fluffy. And Fluffy is driven onto the arena angle grinder, and in comes Arnold Terminegger with its smashing and crashing axe and hammer blows onto the chassis of Fluffy. I don't think it's actually causing much damage, is it? And it's knocked over. Arnold goes over, pushed by the Wild Thing. It's like a great pendulum weapon, backwards and forwards. Is it really controlled aggression, though? By Ian English, wife Steph, daughter Holly. Terminegger on the attack again on Wild Thing. To be honest, that circular blade has not been as effective as we thought it might have been. That's nudged the pitch of doom button, the release button. Oh, Terminegger very, very close. Meanwhile, I think Fluffy has been immobilised down in the pit. That's where they want Fluffy or Terminegger or Wild Thing to go. They're not fussy, let's be honest. There's Fluffy. Well, what was Fluffy? Kill-A-Lot in for a gruesome ending, I'm sure. The spike of Terminegger down onto the chassis of Wild Thing, and they turn Wild Thing onto its side. And Arnold Terminegger may not look the sleekest of robots, but it's very effective. And turning on one tyre there, Wild Thing, but they cannot self-right, it seems to me. Kill-A-Lot, meanwhile, is toying with Fluffy. Wild Thing comes over, onto its side again, crashes down, will spin away now. And Wild Thing will come onto the attack, motoring up to 10 miles an hour. Very close between the two of them. Don't forget, only one robot will go through to one of our Annihilator finals. Last robot standing. If there are two remaining, it'll go to a judge's decision. Fluffy's out of it, of course, and is on to the arena. Flipper any second now. 1, 2, 3. Sails through the air, bang and a crash. And down into the pit. They got their wish. Look at that, it was great. Who's our man behind the target in there? Craig, I wonder. I think he's behind the controls. Spinning like a threepenny bit. Oh dear, have I just shown my age? How many of you can remember threepenny bits? Into the pit anyway. I digress. Wild Thing onto the attack. Under Arnold Terminegger. A bang and a crash. And look at flame. The house robots want their revenge on anything that's going. There at the controls of Wild Thing, Nick Adams. The Arnold Terminegger team captain is Ian English, and it'll go to the judge's decision. Fluffy-headed students? Never.
OK, Fluffy, team representing UCL in London.
Yep.
Now, Loughborough University have threatened to squash your robot into the arena floor. How do you feel about that?
Well, we'll see when we get into the arena what's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah? Well, how do you feel about Loughborough?
I've never actually heard of it before.
OK, that's very nice put down. But that Tiberius robot is very heavily armoured, and you ain't.
Yeah, it looks very strong, so we're a bit worried about what's going to happen when we try and hit it, because we have bent the weapon before and we've hit things with that thick steel armour, sort of similar armour, but we'll see.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Steel frame with a 20-kilo spinner, very destructive weapon, fast at 20 miles an hour, good manoeuvrability, but I do question the reliability.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Sam and Stuart Smith and Craig Lawson of Tiberius 3. Infinity there on the left-hand side. Carl, David and Ed, and Fluffy captained by Peter Holroyd. In the arena for the house robots, a Kill-A-Lot. Watch for those claws and the jaws of Growler, Mr. Psycho's pet pooch.
2, 1.
Well, Infinity didn't give themselves a chance, did they? They're straight into the beak-crushing jaw razor-esque of Tiberius 3. But that jaw seemed very slow to close, and something's flown straight off there and across the arena floor. I think it was from Infinity. The University of Wales Aberystwyth boys were very self-deprecating beforehand. And with reason it would seem, the Fluffy team in the jaws of a dilemma, and the jaws of Tiberius 3. Infinity with a little shove. Fluffy still in trouble. Infinity with another little push. Growler has a look and a nudge. Tiberius locked onto Fluffy. They fought in a couple of UK championships. In Robot Wars, Fluffy, I remember they were beaten in the heat final by Pussycat once upon a time. And they simply can't get away from Tiberius. And they're on a flame pit. Interesting for a petrol-driven robot. No wonder the ref bot's having a close look. And Tiberius 3 drags them off the flame pit. That could have been nasty, couldn't it? Fluffy lifted, hoisted, I think immobile. Two machines survived this battle to go on to the next round. Tiberius 3 closely controlled by Sam and Stuart Smith. And Tiberius 3 locked horns with Fluffy early on and simply refused to let go, like a dog with a bone. Talking of dogs, Growler repeatedly smashes into the pit release. Pit, pit, pit. There's nothing subtle about Growler, is there? Now who's going to go down? Fluffy, Infinity. Infinity, Fluffy. Which one? Someone's got to fall here. It's Fluffy. They're out. Infinity just holding on. And Growler shoved Tiberius down too.
Oh! Fluffy hit the pit. Infinity and Tiberius 3. They go through.
Now, I always say that dented pride is the real problem here on Robot Wars. No one really cares about the robot. That was the lethal blow, though. How much you can see in there, I'm not quite sure, so tell us about it. What happened?
Our engine stopped before the fight started, which was a bit of a handicap.
Yes. Now, we talked earlier with the other teams about you having a petrol engine and the great power that gave you.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't restart a petrol engine
No.
once it stops.
There's a bit of a problem there, isn't there?
Had you thought that through?
Obviously not, no.
Not well enough.
Next year. Next year.
Yes, okay, thanks for that. And this weapon wasn't much good against Tiberius either, was it?
That's because the petrol engine wasn't going.
Yeah, but even if it had, that armour, do you think you could have got through it?
I think we'd have had a good go, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, but I do think you want to go away and get a new engine.
Yeah.
Not petrol.
No.
All right, well done.